Welcome back to Down the K-Hole with Dave and Joe Flint. No Flint today, just horse. In honor of our horse, the 150th showing of the Louisville Derby, Kentucky Derby, whatever may have you. So, starting off today, it's going to be just me on the host, on this little fucking thingy right here. Then after my little 20 minutes is up, Joe Flint's going to come on with his 20 minutes. A little something slight like that. So, just to get stuff going off here, kind of feel like this is going to be how Stephen Hawking has sex. A whole lot of unpleasant eye contact with you, and there's going to be a couple pauses. I can for sure tell you that one right there. But there's not going to be any kids, so going to be a little less like that in that point of view. So, shit. Going to just start kicking it. It's fucking hot as hell in here. Got my pretty ass little rose hat on. You white bitches could never. I don't even have to go to the downs to know I'd be fucking fly as hell. Ain't that right, little horsey man? Well, that lasted as long as I kind of thought it would. Horsey down. Hopefully that won't happen today. No broken legs right now. Not going to have to put the horsey down yet. Just going to turn him into glue. But, shit. Like I was saying, these horses, for some reason, are the only thing that makes Kentucky's agriculture even worth it. It's just horse farm after horse farm after horse farm. And now it seems like they're getting bought up by Saudi Arabian princes and whatnot, and they're having their own little galas. So that's fucking crazy. We've turned the most redneck fucking southern thing into a cool thing for aristocrats from the Middle East to do. And that shit is amazing. But some of the names I saw, did a little research for this one. Catalytic. That's one of the horses that are running today. Got a 50-1 odd, so of course I'm betting on it. Surprised not any crackheads have tried to steal it yet. It is Kentucky. And then we've got Epic Ride. Back to the whole Arabian Princess thing. Like, holy shit. Just Epic Ride. Very good ride. But, you know, that's not for me to say anything about. Ooh. And then there's just a touch. Holy shit. That is literally something my uncle has tried to do to me numerous times on Thanksgiving after a couple little brews go through his system. What's even more ridiculous, though, is putting kids up for adoption. That is for real, like getting your 2008 Corolla and be like, I really don't want this anymore, even though I've put 18 months of labor into it, almost a year. I'm just not cut out to do this. I mean, you're selling a used car at this point. Putting it in a foster home is the same equivalency as just putting it on a used car lot. Like, people are going to look through and be like, oh, I can see my family going around with this thing. Oh my gosh, it's so adorable. And then you take it home, and then it's exactly what you think it is. It's broken. It's not running very well. And sadly enough, it's probably got some miles on it. Ooh, the miles, though. I mean, how do you even fix that? Because therapy can only really do so much, I'd say. But what should have really happened is maybe, instead of having the child, you should have had an abortion. Shit. It's like taking a Xanax whenever you're tripping. It's a mistake. You just need to have a little, like, you didn't hit save. You haven't hit save yet. So you're just going to go to your last save point. And if your save file's corrupted, shit. Keep that motherfucker, put him in every single sport, and be that dickhead of a dad, alright? Talking AAU, waking up at 5. Just make yourself a professional athlete, no matter the gender. But, I mean, if it is requiring gender, I mean, shit. Gymnastics, got that Livy Dunn Riz type shit. You could make your kid a next influencer. All those NAILA deals, insane amount of money just for being a mediocre athlete. So I may have you, like, anything can happen. I mean, you could be enough of a dickhead. It's either he joins the military or you're getting royalty bonuses for the next 20 years off of Sprint commercials. And if none of that ever works out, Sprint commercials aren't paying the bills, just don't let him become a Boeing engineer. Because holy shit. 2 deaths, what has it been, 20, 45 days off their whistleblowing case? People at upper management looking over defects on the machine lines. I mean, and these healthy 45-year-olds are just dying. I don't know. Smells like a good old just corporate cover-up of greed. But, you know, capitalism, that's what everything runs on. So if you're not killing people for releasing information, I mean, it's really not the American way. See what happened with the guy on WikiLeaks. He's still locked up in the slammer. But, you know, it's still government. They'll do whatever they please. But on to nicer and fun topics. I got a girlfriend, right? First time ever. First time for everybody, right? I've come to realize that she's kind of like a pit bull dog mom energy. Really rough around the edges, but just so sweet, like, and it's good that you found somebody that likes to cuddle, go on long walks. Also can't be left around children, so I mean, there's that. Other than that, I mean, it's pretty great. Having a girlfriend, that shit is insane. You see me, if you know me, you're like, what the fuck? Who could love that thing? Probably has STDs riddled all through down it. Has a nasty fentanyl addiction. Nobody wants that. But you gotta find somebody who's been through as much horrible things and has you beaten at all little categories. So, I mean, it's just really nice to have somebody to help you with this kind of whole thing. And I'm not even good yet. That's the best part. But you got somebody who's by your side. So, I mean, pit bull dog energy is really never really that bad. It's just when it's in your apartment complex and it's got your toddler by the neck, and then you have to watch a dog get put down. And that's not fun for anybody. But what is fun, however, is this Drake and Kendrick beef. J. Cole dropped out of the races because I guess he's a bitch or something. Or he's zen. He's zen as fuck. He don't need none of this baffling and bitching. Because that's all it really is. It's just Kendrick and Drake just going like this at each other. Just the whole time. It's either you're a bad dad, you're a piece of shit dad, you can't say the N-word. That shit has got me. Because Drake doesn't look like he should be able to say that. Would they have said it? Would they have given him that line in Degrassi? I think not. But moreover, fuck. Like, Kendrick sends his kid to France, which seems kind of baller as shit. That's like a boarding school. How is that a bad thing? It's just Drake has his kid, and all he does is just make horrible music. Because, like, get better, dude. Like, if you're the son of Drake, please drop something close to 0 to 100 real quick. Like, what? Like Kanye's daughter, for existence. Southwest, or whatever her name is. It's your bestie, Miss Westie. Fire. She ain't got no ghostwriters, Drake. That's all I'm saying. Like, you put them in a cult, they turn out and make good music. Because Kanye's done the right thing. He's not taking his medicine. Great move, great move. Lithium, the only thing lithium's good for is African battery mines. That's the only time lithium's a good thing. Because we need them iPhones. How else are we going to kill those Chinese sweatshop workers? Those suicide nets, they need to have something. They need to come out with something where they can cut through those suicide nets as soon as they jump out the window. Because I wouldn't want to work there either. I bet they don't have any good air conditioning, shit. No ventilation. But, I'm not a stronger man as they are. Started watching The Contestant on Hulu. Heat. It really just shows how much different American reality TV is compared to the Japanese. Because, like baseball, for instance, you think America would have the best baseball teams. Nah. These motherfuckers are still playing baseball like they're still the rising sun, and they're still fighting in the Pacific Theater. They go out there, it's for real boot camp, but you play baseball. And all it is in America is just Zens and really, really, really bad TikToks. It seems that TikTok is always the bane of everyone's issue, because they're more focused about flipping their little, whatchamacallits, those little really white trash things, mullets. Like, baseball playing TikTokers have brought mullets back into the hairscape, which is insane, because it's almost like a rat tail, but you live in an apartment, then a double wide, I'd say. Ooh, God. Speaking of double wides, that apartment fire that happened, whose fucking crack house was that? Because I'm going to have to say, 10 out of 10, I got to wonder about it all day long. I'm like, wow, I really hope there weren't any kids. And if there were, I hope it was quick. Maybe they got high on meth whenever it blew up. Who knows? So as we're talking about kids, I think I'd like to take you back to my middle school days when I would wear Under Armour t-shirts under my shirt so these beautiful, beautiful moves couldn't be seen by all my classmates and shit. That's really a tough time for a fat kid. Your boobs are bigger than the girls in your grade, and they're just the eyesore. It's just them perky-ass little children fucking tits that just are awful. Like, they stick out in all your clothes. You can't suck them in like you can your gut. But shit, it's just something that can't really be taught. And what comes with that is losing the ability to get slam dunk. Because with those tight-ass fucking Under Armour shirts, you can't really get a good grasp on it. And if you don't know what slam dunking is, just ask any of your fat friends. They'll know. Because once you see it coming, you can see the arm kind of cupped up, reaching for you. And then just with a quick little, you're disarmed. You're thinking really hard about them. You're like, how can I fix this? You really can't, except wearing your, like, a training bra. And just pretty much just like wearing a training bra. And that's just pretty much it. And then eventually you'll grow out of it. Stop realizing, like, why am I doing this? Is this for other people or is it for myself? Because you can only hide it for so long. And that kind of sucks. But, you grow out of it. I'm letting them hang freely now. They're not as, I ain't got no underboob sweat like I used to. I can tell you that. But they're still there. This thought still crosses my mind. One thing you apparently, however, do not grow out of is your entitlement. Because all across the United States, at every single university, there's encampments being put up to protest the war in Palestine. No matter whether they're right or wrong, both people think that their worldview is so important and matters to everyone that you're just going to, like, pretty much throw a hissy fit and just say, I'm not moving. I don't want to go. I think I'm right. And you might be right. But wearing masks, like, anybody who wears a mask, I would just automatically assume is guilty. Because they do it not so they don't get doxxed or anything because of their political beliefs. It's just, like, they're just going to do some fucked up shit. Like, same thing happened in Belarus in the late 2000s with those people. You don't just, like, start throwing Molotovs and cutting bricks out of the streets to throw them at parliament buildings just because you're doing a good thing. Like, it's still the matter of the fact that, be an anarchist, but be a proud anarchist. Like, if your, like, beliefs have so much validity to them and, like, it's the right thing, just take off your mask. I want to see that pretty unibrow. Like, just all it is, really. Just entitlement. It always goes back to that. I think I'm right. I'm important. I'm so important that I have to tell this from the rooftops. Like, not everyone has to be, like, a social justice warrior. Like, you don't have to, like, go to the tallest building and say what you believe. Because most of the time, it's really not that important. What you're saying isn't important. What I'm saying right now, not important. Everyone can go on and live their lives if I don't say this. It affects no one. What really does matter, however, is how many SEC trophies does Hamas have? Like, they don't play that rigorous schedule every single year. Like, they don't understand the real pain of loss. Because you only can really learn that from playing an SEC schedule and losing to Alabama. That seems to be all the time we have for today. Thank you all so much for tapping into these videos, bruh. It means a whole lot to me and Kyle. Shit, would not be able to do this if I didn't see those numbers, because you start out and you're going to be horrible comedy or podcasting wise, and it just really is a boost of confidence that I'm able to do this weekly, and what I'm putting out is being, like, taken in as something that's, like, good, and which is really surprising to me, and it just means a whole lot to us both. And hope to see y'all next week. This has been Down the K-Hole with Kyle and Dave Flint. And now, Joe Flint.